Question: who are you? What you want to be? Two different things? Maybe. I am Dee Johnson, and I have been considered one of the many leaders of my church, Faith United Methodist. I have been on or chaired all of the committees. Does that make me well-rounded? I'd like to think more faithful. I read once that fear is unpracticed faith. So I was challenged this past year with fear or faith. I never feared my cancer diagnosis, or I never feared for me. I knew I'd be okay no matter what the outcome. So maybe just scared for my family, friends, and my church. Yes, I was scared of pain, and I didn't want to hurt. That's different than unpracticed faith. I believe in prayer and faithfully prayed for my family, my friends, and my church family to be okay, and I know God just gave and sent God things in many forms. Like my church family and prayers, food, love, and what I call missional prayers. These are prayers from the congregation's extensions and networking through God. I must have received over 200 cards from other states and places outside of my amazing church. My church family asking for prayers for me. I was surprised one Sunday before Hair Day when I walked into the sanctuary on Sunday service to find everyone wearing a hat to say, "We're with you all the way." I truly felt more love and support that day than my church family will ever know. God also sent people from church to do what I couldn't, like listen to the doctor's words and journal them for me, nods to say, "Yes, you're okay," and "Yes, it's okay, and it's good to cry," and "Let me pray your prayers for you today." All God things, and that God thing was and still is my rock from my church family. My girls from Bible study, my sisters in Scripture, the blanket, all moral and mental support. I am blessed with a church family that I not only grew up with, but one that I also intend to grow old with. From the first prayer and hug to the meals delivered and shared, the cards, the flowers, the gifts, my comfort food, chocolate, the nods, the tears, the time spent sharing and laughing at chemo. This church and my family have nurtured me more than I could ever express in a thank you. My only act of gratitude is to do what they taught me in caring, and that is to pay it forward. That's what I learned, and that's what I intend to do. I thank God daily for what He gave me and pray for the people who are called Faith United Methodist Church. So this leadership thing, I feel, was God preparing me over the last few years to step it up and take charge of my journey, to face it head on and to ask for help when needed. Another God thing. Psalm 16:7 says, "I bless the Lord who gives me counsel. In the night my heart instructs me." I learn to leave it on my pillow nightly and to gain strength from Him daily. Thank you, Faith United Methodist Church family, for helping me in my healing, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually.
We were in the Lutheran church for years, and there was if you're familiar with the LCA, they had some splitting in terms of homosexuality, and we just got fed up with it. I mean, there was such bickering and going on and concern about doctrine.
But we wanted a small church because we went to a lot of big ones, and we felt like they were too big, so we wanted a smaller church. So.
When you got here, what did you find?
Very open.
A welcoming church, and it's good to get to know people, and sometimes when you're in a big church, you don't really get to know them, but like in small groups, the people are more one-on-one relationship, more down deep relationship than maybe just going to a big church. I don't know.
Since we've been here, we've gotten to know people rather quickly and rather fast in the short time that we've been here. Yet with UM4GI, we've been afforded to be part of a bigger organization. Yeah, we get to attend a small church yet be part of a bigger organization. So.
Definitely.
When we came to the church here, we weren't under the realization that they were joining together as the three churches within Grand Island. I think what that's brought to the table is we have the opportunity for our children to be involved in bigger youth groups, where it's not in a smaller church, it's a small set of children or a small set of teenagers. Where he goes over to Trinity, it affords the opportunity to be in with a variety of kids and a larger number of kids. So, to me, that I appreciate that because, depending on what year you are, you may not have very many. In his case, there probably wouldn't be any kids in the youth group here.
There would be one
person in the youth group.
But it's been really positive for Chris. He really likes it. It's he has a friend that's from Faith, one from Trinity, and it's really been good for him.
Well, and he actually is part of the scout troop with Faith, and so his friend goes to Faith and is in the scout group. So it's just a great camaraderie that they can not only be in scouts together, but also be in the youth group together. So.
Okay, tell them what you liked about Bible school.
I like the crafts.
The crafts. What'd you like?
Music.
Oh, good answer. No, something I appreciated about Bible school was that instead of having to teach and line up the food and do the music, I was just only in charge of the music, and it was a real blessing for me because and my kids, they just went with their teacher, and then they came to music, and it was a really positive thing for me. I really enjoyed it.
I've grown up in churches all my life, and we focus so much on what we should and shouldn't do that we forget what we're in church for, which is fellowship with other Christians and to get closer to God. So.
I think we have an overall goal is that we want to, share the love of Jesus. So the more people, the better. So why not be more united?
Hi, I'm Angie Messman. This is Chad, Avery, and Alexis. And we're excited to be new members at Trinity United Methodist Church and the UM4GI parish. One of the unique things that we love about the three churches here in Grand Island is the ability to do activities at each of them. For example, we attend church here at Trinity each weekend. We also attended the U2 Christ at Faith and then participated in Mission Fest at First United Methodist. Personally, Trinity has given me an avenue to participate in the community where I would not have had the opportunity otherwise. I just recently participated in Project Homeless Connect, which I volunteered through our church, and I wouldn't have had that avenue otherwise if not for Trinity and the UM4GI parish.
UM4GI does provide a great way for us as a family to get involved in both the community and the church. We enjoyed doing Mission Fest as a family, getting out in the community, and meeting new people. It was great talking to Ruth while helping her out with her yard. Attending church at Trinity as a family is our highlight of the week. The kids are very excited to be a part of the youth programs here at Trinity.
I like that the church has a program on Wednesdays because we get to learn and have fun at the same time. Also, I liked helping people yesterday for pancakes for the Methodist men. But the one thing I loved to do was go to Ruth's house and help her in her yard because she couldn't do anything because she just had back surgery. That made me feel good.
We love Trinity United Methodist Church, and we love UM4GI. Go K-State, go Cats!